Good morning, students. Welcome back to our series on UGC-NET 2025 previous year question topics. In this discussion, we are discussing all the questions. If you have not watched the previous videos, kindly check it out so that you can stay updated with the changing pattern with the topics that they are asking in these competitive exams. Alright, so in this video, we will discuss about Panopticon. There is a concept which is about CCTV surveillance, how CCTV surveillance is controlling our mind. But now you see, we are living in the digital panopticon. We can say that many scholars even call this 21st century as digital panopticon, because we always have mobile phones in our hand, then we have social media which is also working like a CCTV surveillance, then we have Facebook, Instagram. They all are controlling our mind, like we don't behave naturally in this digital age, and then we are constantly visible to strangers. Everyone is monitoring us today: employers, family members, strangers, friends. Okay, anyone can monitor us today. Even the Instagram and YouTube have algorithms that track our interest, and then they can see what we like. They can give us the advertisement. They monitor us constantly. So this is the digital panopticon. But then it all started in 18th century. Okay, panopticon means the CCTV surveillance, the control over mind of other minds. Like they are trying to control the minds of the criminals using this panopticon. Panopticon is a method where you install the CCTV cameras or surveillance method where the behavior of the human beings are being controlled. Like in schools, in hospitals, the behavior of the human beings can be controlled with the help of CCTV, because in the back of the mind we are always thinking like someone is watching us, so we behave in such way. We have also seen many examples in literature. We have 1984 by George Orwell. You see over here in this particular work where we have panoptic society, where we have the famous quote, "Big brother is watching you." Okay, so the uncertainty of surveillance creates total behavior change in the characters of that novel. Then we have Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. There is a character here who is being observed, and then it is led to change their self behavior. Then another example could be Kazuo Ishiguro's Never Let Me Go. Alright, so these all are the examples of panopticon. So in this video we will discuss every single thing in detail. We will also discuss how this panopticon justifies. Yes, that's important thing. We always think that it is a negative thing, but then we will also look at the utilitarian philosophy. It was Jeremy Bentham who used panopticon for the first time to make CCTV surveillance in the prisons. Okay, but then we have utilitarian philosophy, which is again developed by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. You have to study all these things. They may ask you who developed utilitarian philosophy. So in this video we will discuss panopticon in detail, and then we will discuss how panopticon justifies utilitarian. What is the utilitarian philosophy? And of course that is going to help you for competitive examination. But yes, before beginning this video, I would strongly suggest you to join Limitless Literature UGC-NET English Literature ongoing batch, so that I can personally help you to qualify this examination. What all are the important topics that you have to study for the examination, how you have to study. We remain consistent in our commitments, and every year we see hundreds of students qualifying UGC-NET in English Literature from Limitless Literature. So do not wait for the perfect time. Join today and you can see the results within a few weeks after joining the enrolled batch. Alright, so now without any further delay, let's begin with this video. As I mentioned, it was Jeremy Bentham who was an English philosopher who used these concepts. Like he used to work on power and control, and he particularly coined this term panopticon, which is nothing but a new mode of obtaining power of mind over mind. So earlier what used to happen was that prisoners used to fight with each other in the prisons, but then if some security guard comes, if some officer comes in the prison, they behave normally. And as soon as these security guards go away from the prisons, these prisoners start fighting again. Okay, so it was very expensive method. They have to keep permanent security guards in the prisons, so very expensive for any you can say organization to have permanent security guards sitting outside the cells, on every cells of the prisoners. So very expensive. So now here comes the idea of Panopticon. This method was actually cheap, like you don't need security guards now anymore. You just install the CCTV cameras in the prisons and they will always remain under CCTV surveillance. He writes that it is a new mode of obtaining the power over mind. Okay, like if there is a CCTV camera in shopping malls and other areas, we will behave in not naturally, we will behave in such a way that will be a bit sophistically psychologically constrained. All right, so that is the whole concept behind Panopticon. But now here he introduced the method of inspection principle. Please remember this, that he came up with inspection principle. They can ask you who is one of the founders who coined the inspection principle. So this principle is that you have to convince the prisoners that someone is always watching them 24 hours a day. Okay, it does not matter if any security guard is watching the cameras or not, but you have to convince the prisoners like someone is there always watching you 24 hours a day. So inspection principle is a method where you make the prisoners believe that someone is watching for you 24 hours a day. Someone is watching you, doesn't matter if someone is really watching you or not. So this principle also includes like what you do is you put the curtains on the windows. You put the curtains or you make the windows totally black. Okay, and the prisoners will always think like someone is there behind the window. Someone is there always watching. Does not matter if anyone is there behind the curtain or not, but psychologically my mind is constrained like yes, someone might be there behind these curtains, so I will behave in such a way. So that is what the Panopticon, the inspection principle, all about. So this particular inspection principle was encouraged in universities, schools, hospitals. Okay, hospitals where we have patients, psychiatric patients who need care, who need staff under supervision. He encouraged that you install this surveillance method in factories. Yes, so that workers remain disciplined, so that they will always keep on working hard. It will improve the productivity. In the same way, school, college, everyone should be remain under CCTV surveillance. Although it is controlling the individual's mind, but it justifies his philosophy of utilitarian philosophy. Yes, we have already discussed in the beginning of this video that we are going to discuss utilitarian philosophy given by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. So now let's discuss what is this philosophy and how Panopticon justifies this particular philosophy. You might be wondering that Panopticon is terrifying, like you are trying to control the behavior of people, you are manipulating their behavior. But actually Panopticon justifies this psychological manipulation through the philosophy of utilitarian principle. So what does it say? It says that the greatest happiness of the greatest number is the measure of right and wrong. Yes, that is what utilitarian philosophy. In layman language, this theory is saying that if you are doing wrong for the betterment of the whole, for the betterment of the masses, then it is justified. For example, if there are some gundas, if there are some gangsters and thieves, and now these gangsters want to rape that girl. So if these gangsters come to you and ask you, please tell us in which direction the girl has gone. Now you have to lie to save her life. You cannot tell the exact direction where the girl has gone. You will say, you will lie. If lying can save someone's life, then telling the truth, lying is morally correct choice. And this is utilitarian thinking. If something is happening bad, if the prisoners are under CCTV surveillance, they will remain more educated. If we calculate all the positive and if we calculate all the negative outcomes, we find that Panopticon is doing more positive to the overall society. Panopticon encourage good behavior through positive reinforcement. Panopticon help people to overcome their impulses. Yes, like people get so much angry very easily. If they are not under CCTV surveillance, they might harm someone. So in order to control the impulses of the people, CCTV surveillance is provided, and we have seen crime rates have reduced. So Foucault was someone, Michael Foucault, we study in cultural studies or deconstruction or post-structuralism, he says that yes, surveillance is very powerful method, but now powerful people are misusing this method. And Michael Foucault write all this thing in his work Discipline and Punish 1975. We will discuss Foucault's argument in some other videos. Okay, it's just like Foucault agrees with Panopticon, but then he gives on a big argument about why Panopticon is not justified, how it is controlling the mind, and how it is making the more powerful people more powerful. Okay, so that is what Panopticon is all about, and we cannot run away from here because social media, everyone is monetizing us, everyone is playing the algorithm, YouTube algorithm, Instagram algorithm, everyone is monitoring us. Even the strangers can look at our social media feeds, even they can bash us, they can criticize us, and all the strangers and everyone can do. So we are living in the age of digital Panopticon. It has more positive, also it has more negative. So overall it justifies the utilitarian philosophy developed by Jeremy Bentham and John Stuart Mill. Alright, so in the next video we will discuss something else, and we will continue our discussion on these previous year UGC-NET examination. But then again, if you want me to help you qualify these examination, do join us at Limitless Literature. Enrollment is open. As soon as you join it, make sure that you join it as soon as possible so that we can study and qualify the December attempt. I will see you soon in the next video. That's it for this. Thank you.